So fire has become a new fire, which means that it's in, which means that anybody to everybody who just starts earning in their early 20s are talking about fire. So it stands for financial independence, retire early. So I can imagine the amount of stress or on the positive side, the amount of goal settings which these youngsters at the age of 2025 are doing with their fire numbers. I'll talk to you guys towards the end in terms of how to achieve that fire number, what is that fire number, but stay with us till the end. So this has become a kind of a norm where as soon as you start earning 2022, 23, 24, 25, people start thinking about reaching their fire number, that's financial independence, retiring early. So somebody like Anjali who earns an income of 50,000 rupees per month, she's an accounting analyst and a fashion influencer. Obviously, one can imagine that the kind of income, it's not fixed because it keeps fluctuating, and out of the 50,000 rupees which she earns, almost 45,000 goes into EMIs, brother's education, and some into content creation because it requires some softwares and etc. etc. Her goal is to retire at the age of 45 to 50 with a income of 1 lakh rupees per month, which is like a passive income, and a home, and a car which she can say I'm a proud owner of. So probably somebody who's Anjali's age, which is 24 to 25 years of age. So obviously the names are changed. So this is just for example purposes. So please don't mind him if somebody is Anjali here. So the entire recommendation or the entire you can say storytelling has been taken it from we have taken it from ET Wealth. So that's the source which we would like to give credits to. But here this is just for example purposes what we are trying to say. So here the example of Anjali makes us believe that probably she has a very aggressive way of planning the fire number, and maybe too unrealistic to be true, because you can see by the pattern this is not fixed, the income is not fixed, the expenses are probably going to be higher than her income, and there's no fixed saving pattern, and probably at this rate this kind of a number which she wants to achieve may not be possible, because this is with 1 lakh rupees of passive income as well as owning a home and a car. So that's where one needs to be little realistic. Let's talk about the journey of Harish. A little better income of 90,000 to 1 lakh, wants to retire a little earlier than Anjali, maybe at the age of 40, with 2.5 lakh rupees per month of income. Expenses are like 56,500. So he has a Thar with him. He goes on trips, dining outs, and almost spends 56,500, saves 20,000 rupees per month, already accumulated 16 odd lakh rupees. He's just 23 years old and probably wants to retire at 40. So again, something looks really bad with the kind of spends which he has, and maybe this kind of a number of 2.5 lakh rupees per month, that too at the age of 40, and making him survive for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So the life longevity also needs to be considered while planning fire, which we'll also talk towards the end. So again, something which looks little unrealistic. This is a journey of a girl named Katoch. The income is varying between 50,000 to 1.2 lakhs per month. So again, a travel blogger keeps traveling, wants to retire at the age of 45 to 50 with 1.5 lakh rupees per month of income. She's 23 years of age. Again, the money which she earns keeps fluctuating between 50,000 to 1.2 lakhs. But the goal is quite fixed, that I want to retire by the age of 45 to 50. So probably here, before she actually goes to the fire number or the planning for 45 to 50, she needs to be a little more sequential in terms of the short term, mid term, and the insurances should be in place. Sorry, all the insurances should be in place in terms of planning before the fire number, because in case God forbid something happens in between, then one needs to withdraw from the retirement kitty and it loses the entire essence. So one what needs to keep in you can say consideration while actually planning or executing fire is that's financial independence, retire early. You need to save aggressively, that's for sure. Maybe like a 50% or more. Somebody who's in their 20s, 30s and want to retire early, not traditional 60 age, so you need to save more aggressively than somebody who wants to retire at the age of 60. That's very, very simple formula. Something at least 50% and more of your total income. You need to be wise in terms of your investing strategies, but obviously you'll have to invest in equity based products which are more liquid than get stuck into some real estate investments, because they are hefty in the start and it eats up all your money. And obviously you need to reduce your expenses and kind of get into that frugal lifestyle for a few years before you can actually get into that lavish spending pattern. So these are few things which few of us who wants to achieve fire early than the typical traditional age of 60 needs to keep in mind. Obviously, one needs to have a target, otherwise it's of no use. You need to stick to that budget, whatever you've created for yourself. You need to separate your short-term, mid-term, long-term goals in case you're a travel lover, in case you are a foodie, or in case you like taking education courses or whatever. So you need to set aside those goals and probably keep your retirement goal separate and do not mix all of them together. Uh, we call it the financial pyramid, which says that in case if you're looking to reach the top, you need to create a good base, and that is where the emergency fund comes into picture. So at least a 6 months emergency kitty of your total income or expenses you need to keep aside. Equity is the starting point because that is what creates wealth in the long term. So anywhere between 5, 10, 15, 20 years, so equity is the go-to product. Lifestyle inflation is something which you need to practice, because while inflation is here to stay, but what kind of a lifestyle you are leading and what kind of inflation is hitting you is something you need to take control of. As far as the fire number is concerned, we've kept it simple as far as the calculation is concerned. So typically, whatever is your expense, annual expense, say in this case it is 10 lakh rupees, for example, just multiply it by 25. That's going to be your fire number. So that's somebody whose expenses 10 lakh rupees per annum, you can multiply it into 25, that becomes 2.5 crores. So the simple maths is that once you have 2.5 crores, you can withdraw at the rate of 4%, safely stay invested in an equity or a hybrid based product which is giving you 8, 10, 12% returns. Keep withdrawing at the rate of 4%. Also, it will help you beat the inflation. You can keep withdrawing incrementally, because your 2.5 crore rupees will also grow by 8, 10, 12% in a hybrid or equity based product, which is a mix of hybrid equity and debt. It will also take care of your regular expenses by a SWP, systematic withdrawal plan, at the rate of 4%, while your money stays there and it grows slowly, gradually. It also takes care of the future inflation costs. From 10 lakhs, it can actually go to 11 lakhs, 12 lakhs, because the corpus will also keep increasing. So the typical calculation can be, if you invest 2.5 lakhs in a hybrid fund, withdraw at the rate of 4%. So if everything was to go good, within a matter of say 8 odd years, your money should double. And so should your expense level, which means from 10 lakhs, it will become 20 lakhs, but so will your money. From 2.5, it will become 5 crores in a matter of say 8 odd years. If you are investing in a hybrid category, which is giving you around 11, 12, 12, 13 kind of a percent return. And you can, if you are wanting to go aggressive, you can split your money between hybrid and equity. So this is a real case study from an India-based couple called Anita and Vikram, who's actually achieved the fire number at the age of 45. The good thing was it was a dual income couple, which means both of them were earning well. Both of them saved, invested their hard-earned money well, started aggressively saving, then almost pushing that savings to investments. And they also smartly invested in real estates and equity-based products. And the outcome is today they are living a happy retired life, at least not wanting to work for money and money working for them. So that's the trap which we want to save all of you from and save ourselves from. So be very, very careful. Your salary increment does not give you the rights or give you the honor to actually increase your expenses. Also, if you want to retire early, if you want to have that fire number actually being achieved within the time set by you, then you need to stay away from the expenses as soon as your salary or your income increases. Be very, very choiceful when it comes to investment products, because there are a lot of products which actually are no-brainers when it comes to wealth creation. And similarly, there are products, I'm sure you will be aware of such products. In case you're not, then probably do your consultations with the right mentor well in advance, because if you invest in those kind of products, then it can be a no-brainer in terms of being a wealth destructor as well. Diversification is the key, allocation is the key. So probably what happens is that as far as a framework is concerned, anybody to everybody can create a framework. We've created a framework by the name of 4321 10x your investments fire roadmap. So that's a framework under which you can do your allocations into typically 4 different products: mutual funds, stocks, ETFs, model funds. While most of you or many of you would have heard about these, but in case you've not, you can refer our old videos, which is on our YouTube channel by the name of Tag Investments, and go and have a look. But what I'm trying to say is the simple rule is, I'll leave you with that thought and we'll wrap up, that one is to make that framework which we've already created for you, that is 4321 framework, 10x investments when it comes to fire number. Just stick to that, believe the process, trust the process, and simply follow that process. In case you want to know more about that process or the 4321 allocation formula, you can go ahead, book this call using the Calendly link, or simply WhatsApp us on these given numbers. We'll send you the Calendly link. Click on the link. Go ahead, book your 30 minutes free of cost, non-obligatory strategy call with our wealth experts, and they'll be happy to help you on a one-to-one basis on the entire 4321 framework and how to achieve FIRE as per your desired targets. Till then, thank you and Jai Hind.